So in here for question 16, the same method for solving this question. So let's choose the pen. For example, if we have, okay, so again for x minus x squared. So in here we need to calculate the area above the x-axis. So let's make it equal to 0, okay? And after that I will take x as a greatest common factor. So x, that will leave me with 4 minus x equals 0. And that will give me two zeros, x equal to 0 and x equal to 4. So straightforward to the number line. Okay, and here I have two values. So this is 0 and this is 4. I'll substitute the values. So in here, if we take, for example, minus 1. For minus 1, 4 minus minus 1, this is going to be a positive value. And minus 1 over here, it will be negative. Negative times positive, this is negative. Now, between them, I'll take 1. This is positive, and this is positive, so positive and here negative. Okay, so that means in here, since we need to calculate the area above the x-axis, which means in here I need a positive. So the integration from 0 to 4 of 4x minus x squared. Okay, so be careful in here. Above the x-axis, I have to choose the positive integrals or the positive intervals. Okay, the area between y equal to sine x and the x-axis. Okay, so in here, they haven't said anything. They said only between 0 and pi. So they haven't mentioned if it's above or below. We have to find out if this function between 0 and pi, it will be positive only or negative only or positive and negative. So in here, I will say 0 to pi. So this is sine x. Now for the number line for the sine. Now from 0 to pi, of course we have pi over 2 between them. Okay, now the sine for the first quadrant and the second quadrant from 0, that's the 0 and that's pi. Now the sine for the quadrant 1 and for the quadrant 2, it will be positive in both of them. So in here, to calculate the total area, you have two choices actually. You can say the integration from 0 to pi of sine x dx, or you can say it's the same as the integration from 0 to pi over 2 sine x dx plus the integration from pi over 2 to pi sine x dx. You can say this or this, both of them correct. So as you can see in here, the whole interval is positive, so I don't have to divide the interval. Now if it's, or if there is part negative and another part which is positive, you have to divide your interval to two parts. One of them, it will be negative, okay, and this part, for this part you will put negative before it, so you can make by putting the negative you can make it positive, and the positive part you will put it as it is without putting negative sign before it. Okay, we will see examples about this case, which is in here example 20. So let's see how we can solve this question. So over here, if we have this question, minus pi over 2 minus from minus pi over 2 to pi over 4 to the same function, which is sine x. Now in here, okay, so this is 0, this is pi over 2, this is minus pi over 2, this is pi. Okay, now they are saying it from minus pi over 2 to pi over 4. Okay, this is pi over 4 almost. Now from minus pi over 2 to pi over 4. Now the sign from minus pi over 2 to 0, it will be negative. And from 0 to pi over 4, this is going to be positive. So over here, I can say that on the number line, from minus pi over 2 until 0, the sign is negative. And then from 0 to pi over 4, this is going to be positive. So over here, if you would like to find the integration, look what I'm going to do over here. So it will be the integration from minus pi over 2 to 0 of sine x dx. I said this part it will be negative. So because I know it will be negative, so I need to put a negative sign before it. Then a plus the integration from 0 to pi over 4. I put plus over here because this part for the second part will be positive. So I don't have to put any negative sign before it. But in here, because I know it will be negative, so I have to put negative. So the negative with the negative resulting from this part, they will be cancelled. So that will be positive after that. So this is the total area. That's it. That's it. Okay, so be careful. These questions sometimes they will be tricky. So let's see a question about below actually. We have in here x question 17, which is the area below the x-axis and above y equal to x squared minus 4. So that's it. 17. So y equal to x squared minus 4 below x-axis. So in here, first of all, so we need the below, the one below the x-axis. So in here, x minus 2 times x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, now in here, I have minus 2 and I have 2. So if you substitute the values, they will be over here. Okay, so let's take minus 3, minus 3, minus 2, this is negative, minus 3 plus 2, this is also negative, so this is negative times negative, which is positive. This is negative, this is positive. If you take the 0, for example, 0, 0 minus 2, yes, this is going to be negative, negative times positive. Okay, so whatever. So in here, they say that we need the area below the x-axis, which is the negative. So in here, I will take this negative. So it will be the integration from minus 2 to 2, okay, of x squared minus 4 dx. Since I know it's negative, then I'll put minus sign, okay, because I'm calculating the total area. That's it. So next, inshallah, we will talk about part 18. So if you have any other question about finding the intervals or the area, okay, during the intervals, the total area or the signed area, just tell me so I can help you solving that question. So see you.